Hi, welcome to the GBS workshop. I'm Matt. Thought it'd be an ideal opportunity just to show you guys some of the cars that we get in. We've got a really nice example of a Mazda donor kit. This car went through IVA last week, flew straight through, no issues. But I think we're all in agreement that it's a really nicely presented car. Now, as you can imagine, we obviously present a lot of cars for IVA. The vast majority generally tend to be Fords, but we are seeing quite an uptake now on the number of Mazdas coming through, especially using the IVA service. So this particular car, customers had for a few years. It was a painted car by GBS, but the customer's done pretty much everything else. Brought the car back to us, we went over it. From an IVA point of view, there was very little for the customer to do. Took the car away, brought it back, done the few little bits that he needed to do, and then, like I say, it flew straight through the IVA. Okay, so if we have a look at the spec, the engine bay, really nicely presented. It's using the 1.8 Mazda Mark II engine. It's not the VVT variant, but it is the 1.8. Utilising the 80 bodies. Obviously, the vast majority of it is all GBS supplied. So air filter, using the Mazda wiring loom. But it's really nice to see a nicely presented car. The customer's gone to the effort of obviously cleaning all the parts. It pretty much looks like a brand new car, even though this car is going to be registered as an age-related based on the engine and gearbox. It looks, to all intents, and it kind of is virtually a brand new car. Obviously, going into the interior, the customer is fitting some different seats. Those seats are on order, which will match the rest of the theme. But obviously, it's got the Smith's gauges. Obviously the start button. Done something a little bit different here, which kind of works quite nice. And I think sort of his seats are going to kind of match this. Ideal opportunity to kind of just have a look and recap that what you do use when obviously you're building a Mazda. Because there's a significant amount of parts on this which you do actually use from the original car. So I think if we start from the front and kind of work back, it kind of will be self-explanatory. So right at the front here, we're utilising the Mazda front hub, the Mazda brake caliper. As we come further back, then obviously it's going to be the engine, the gearbox, obviously the wiring loom. We want to utilise the plugs off the actual wiring loom to match the GBS loom. So we're back to the gearbox. Obviously, as we come through the tunnel, the rear differential. Now obviously there's a choice of differentials in the Mazda. And then you've got your rear hubs, your rear brakes, your rear handbrake calipers from a mechanical point of view. Then when you come to the other bits, your steering column, obviously that has to be modified. Your steering column cowl, the ignition barrel. So as you can see, there's actually quite a lot of parts that you do need to take from your Mazda. So all the good bits really, and then you just obviously do away with your rusted old shell. And as we go around the car, just fully modernised, got all the new IVA compatible parts. Yeah, just a really nice example. I think the thing that's just finished the car off is the wheels. You guys might not have seen these, but these are the new Sparco wheels that we're now fitting. These are a forged formed wheel. They are so much lighter than the original Team Dynamics. A new fresh look, slightly more expensive, but I think it's worth it. Really do set the car off. I think paint wise, this kind of just shows an example really. If obviously we panel or you panel the car, we have an option whereby we'll send the car off, get it painted, and then there's plenty of options and choices there. So you can have just one base colour, you can have a colour with stripes. To be perfectly honest, you can have whatever you want, obviously just dependent on price. But yeah, I think this has worked out really nice with the two stripes. Yes, just in conclusion, it's been a really nice car to work on. Like I say, really nicely presented. I'd go as far as saying probably the best Mazda that we had presented by a customer. Certainly didn't need anything really that we needed to do other than set his emissions. The next steps for this customer now, obviously once he gets his car back, which will be tomorrow, he's going to fit a screen, because as you're probably aware, we don't always take the screen to test. And tomorrow morning we're going to be on the dyno, getting a power figure and just optimising his base map for maximum power. But the car runs really, really nice, drives really nice, and I'm guessing we're going to make some prediction 160, maybe 165 horsepower tomorrow. So yeah, happy days.